I wouldn't be worried that much that something will not work. Because if you have failure, like at the beginning, you have only failure follows your failure, and then you start to be worried about it. Because you still keep in your mind that there is a deadline, there is a specific time in which you have to finish your PhD, and of course you have high expectations, especially if you went abroad to do the research. So I wouldn't be worried anymore about negative results or something.
I would start writing earlier because I was the PhD student that had a lot of results and in the end needed to write everything down and didn't have sufficient time for that. So that's the most important.
What would you do differently? Would you do things
from now or in general?
If you could start again.
I would tell my supervisor I need him way more than he thinks I need him. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would be really serious about that. Yeah. Like a long lost lover that came back to you and said, Cyprien, I need you in my life. I would say it like that to my supervisor.
Okay.
I need you to help me. I don't know jack shit, and I need you to be there. Yeah.
Are there any things that you would do differently?
I think I will do a little bit more plan in my first year. So just to have it more organized overall. For instance, during which part of the time I want to learn what things, and during what of time, until, for instance, after 1 year, I want to have my first publication, to have a little bit time planned, and then you also put a little bit stress on yourself, then you get more motivated, and I think I would be a little bit more planned.
I would try to not work until 8 on the days as I mentioned, but it's something that's extremely difficult to change for the requirements of the department or the graduate school in your final year. So that's something I would like to change, but is quite hard to change.
This is a tricky question because I know I micromanaged a lot. This is something that I do. I want to do every step of the project, from the planning, execution, and analysis. So perhaps I would have asked for more help. And in this way, I wouldn't lose so much time or have to redo so many things because I did not have the whole experience to do it by myself. But on the other hand, I think that learning how to do everything, the whole process, was very important for my professional career. I think that in the end it was worthy. It was stressful, but it was worth it.
When you want to participate in a lot of activities and be very active in the community, and then you realize that some of the things that you're leading and spending time in are not really worthy, but you think that if you don't do it, sometimes people will not do it. But that I will do differently, not take responsibility for things that are not really my responsibility.
It's hard to tell, because I don't have a perfect career, but I don't have to complain. If maybe I would have seized other opportunities. For example, when I was a master student, I had 2 opportunities. One was to work in amphibian here at the university. And the other one was to work on venom toxins in spiders and scorpions. So maybe if I would have to do it again in the same field, I would maybe seize the opportunity to go to the Pasteur Institute. I would have done my military duties in another way, because I had the opportunities to go maybe in Middle East to work on Scorpios. So I would have done that. I would have seized other opportunities. But I would have kept my faith in learning.
So once again, anticipation of the data that I acquired. Sometimes I am missing parameters. So make sure you record every little detail of all the experiments. Otherwise, it can become tricky when years afterwards when you start publication. Probably leave the UK. I should have remained probably in the UK. However, here it's also good. So yeah, you have to balance the university that you know and your future experiences. I think the opportunities, especially to build up a career in England, in North America, is slightly more linear than in other European countries.
I think that I would rethink the idea of having a double PhD because I guess I would have preferred to be able to do the 4 years here in Groningen because I prefer the methodology from here than in Brazil. That would be the only thing that I would rethink.
Well, in general, I'm very happy with my PhD. So there's not that I would do it differently. I mean, maybe I would open more my spectrum of research and not being close to a single model, let's say. Or as I said about the scholarship, I would just enter with in another way, you know, to have the benefits that everyone has. But yeah, I would just that will be it, I think.